everybody. Welcome to Level 30, the podcast by Scots for anyone who's willing to listen. I am Scott, also known as Half Elf Rose.
I'm Walt, the only 2D and person who doesn't play Borderlands 2.
I'm Isla, and also known as Zesty Todd.
I'm Jane, and I don't really know why I'm here.
You could at least try and sound
we love
excited.
you. We sent you
I'm
an invite
Jen,
and
and
didn't
I
tell you
hate my
why.
life.
I'm Jane and I wish I was fucking dead.
I could be drinking alone in the dark, but I'm here with these three fucks.
Are you guys spying on me? Because, like, literally.
There's a camera on you right now. You're just.
You do know the camera's on and we are recording. Is that okay, Jammy?
Yeah.
See, for one of our intros, can we do the... Oh, hi. I didn't see you there.
Check your privilege with the swivelly chair.
You know that you guys do know you're going to get a different intro from me every time.
Yeah.
Oh, hi there. I'm not wearing trousers.
I can't do that.
warm
I'm
in
only.
Hi there. I am wearing a jumper.
I feel like excluded from this because I'm fucking only two-dimensional. I can't spin.
You can
Sounds like a
change
fucking
your
skill
trousers.
issue,
You can
bro.
change your clothes.
Also, if I was to do it in real life, I can't fucking 360 a foot on.
Get your model naked right now.
Take it off. Take it off.
I'd love it if like your character model's nipples were just the swirls that are on your cheeks. That'd be really fun.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'll remember that if I get a new model.
For
As a
those of you
topic.
watching the second episode, right after the first one, we've recorded this the same night. We're not just dirty fuck. Apart from Walt, Walt is wearing the same clothes.
Regardless.
he
I,
always
I only
wears. He
have
has-
I only have one set of
He has
clothes.
one outfit.
Like a cartoon character, so you can identify them and
I've
not
also
mix
had
them
a
up
few
with the rest of us.
Mhm.
I do have
Whereas,
a
you know,
there's a
the
laundromat
three of us
around
who
the
aren't
corner.
cowards and show our faces. We're recording this on the same night, so we are wearing the same clothes. Little Clefairy number. Sorry, guys.
So, last episode we covered 2024. What are we looking forward to in 2025? I wonder what we are all going to talk about.
I particularly... Now, I don't know if this is 2025, but Grand Theft Auto, when does that come out?
Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yeah.
I don't think there's an actual release date. For
I
it.
don't think there is an actual release date, but... they've been
No,
doing that.
it release
Oh.
a quarter 3 or 4 of 2025.
Nice. Okay, so that is what I'm looking forward to in 2025 because, like, Grand Theft Auto is one of my first loves, and it has continued to be. But I've done the game to death, as I'm sure a lot of people have done the game to death. But I'm really looking forward to the new game coming out. So that's what I'm excited about.
Watch
That
this
was
age
not the answer.
terribly, and Grand Theft Auto is coming out in like 2028.
Honestly. Well,
We're all in
I
wheelchairs.
do like those like memes you get of like we've got XYZ before we get
Yep.
GTA 6. You know, I do enjoy them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
I thought everyone was going to say Borderlands 4, which has definitely got a release date.
I'm not.
Absolutely. I am so looking forward to Borderlands 4. I hope it is the best parts of 2 and the best parts of 3 combined.
Yeah, I'm just
Since
not into it.
You're not bothered at all.
Not bothered.
But you're
I-
going to get to play it with us.
No,
Yeah.
totally. But again, it's one of these things where it's, what is that? It's the unknown. Like it's the unknown that I'm like scared of. Not scared of, but
The 2024 episode was the last one.
do you know what I mean? Like with me, the way my brain works is I get really, if someone's like, you should watch this, and I've never seen an episode, I get nervous because I'm like, well, I don't know what's going on, and I need my comfort
Yeah.
shows.
Oh, shit.
But you're looking forward to
No.
GTA.
You're happy in your lane.
Yeah, because I know GTA will be much of the same.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, is
You
this
know,
because 2 and 3 were so different?
yeah,
Okay.
Mm.
yeah. 2 and 3 were
Sorry,
so...
Borderlands 2 and 3 were so different. They were the same
Borderlands 2
game, the
were
same
so
world.
different.
but
It
the
really
playthrough was
overwhelmed me. I didn't feel comfortable in it. I didn't really understand what was going on. I paid no attention to the story. So I'm just not that hyped about it. I will play it, but I'm not that hyped about it, if that
That
makes
was
sense.
for the best, to be fair, that you didn't pay attention to the story, because I did. and I was
Yeah.
disappointed
That's
at
so
every
sad.
single turn.
It was very influencer friend, like heavy, in terms of the characters and the plot, and it was just a bit cringe. But
Yeah, like if it had come out 2 years earlier, it
Mhm.
still would have sucked.
the since the trailer was released at the end of 2024, the developers have been posting on social media and on the website going that there's less of the toilet humor in 4 than there was in 3.
Okay, good.
Good. Yeah. Good.
So I'm looking forward to it for that reason. But that just means might mean
For
that their
that reason.
advertising is work. For that reason, very good. And it's deliberate, totes. I can't believe I said that. So, but yeah, so I'm looking forward to it for that reason, because they seem to have identified where they dropped the ball.
Yeah. Because gameplay wise, fantastic. 3 was brilliant gameplay wise. Story wise, did not give a fuck.
I
Not a
missed that
fuck.
there wasn't slag damage or slag effect in 3.
Yeah, they tried to replace it with nuclear, and that just felt like nothing. So
Yeah.
give us slags back.
Mm-hmm.
In 2025, we want slags.
We want
Year of the
slag.
slag. Here we go.
Year of the slag.
2025.
I
Year of
need
the
to I need
slag.
to do this when you guys start ranting about Borderlands. I need to like just bring it onto something used. We'll get annoyed and I'll just try and bring it round to One Piece or something like that.
Well,
One Piece.
what are you looking forward to in 2025?
No, I wasn't like slagging you guys like you guys are fighting to talk.
No, you want the
No.
limelight. Let's talk.
Slagging.
Let's hear from you.
Well, I was going to go through what I was looking forward to, and I've got a list. So after I go through the things I was looking forward to, I'll go through honorable mentions. My 2 favorite games that are coming out in February, and they were actually going to come out on the exact same day, but one of them decided to push it a week earlier so people
Can I
would play
guess
their game.
one?
What?
Is one of them Monster Hunter Wilds?
Yes, one of them is Monster Hunter Wilds,
That's my one.
and the other one is Yakuza, well, Like a Dragon, but it's like a pirate, where in that one you play as Goro Majima, everyone's favorite character, but he washes up on an island with amnesia and just goes, you know what, I'm going to become a pirate with this kid and a tiger.
Oh, Life of Pi.
I didn't get that, Joy, but see, because I was saying like a pirate, I thought you said like a pie, and then you cut out for a second. I was like, all right, Life of Pi, yeah.
How do you not know Richard Parker? You fucking
But
casual.
I'm excited. It was like a pirate. They were like, hey, we're kind of ahead of schedule, so we're going to release a game a week early because we realized we're releasing it at the exact same time as Monster Hunter Wilds, and people might not buy our game. So,
That's so nice.
But also Assassin's Creed. Creed. I cannot speak to it. Assassin's Creed.
My main in Borderlands 2, by the way.
yeah, that was
is also being released in February.
yes.
So you've got 3 major games for the year right at the beginning in a matter of weeks of each other.
So I've got a question for you all. Are you the kind of person who takes like a week off work to play a game?
No, I've never
No?
done that for games.
No?
Have you
Mm,
taken a day
I
off
can't afford
work
to
to
do
play a
that.
game?
Nope, never done that.
I think that's a lie.
No, I've never taken a day off. If it happens to be my day landed off, then yeah, that's fine. But I have never taken a day off.
We went to Japan in October and a video game was being released, and I remember you saying that you were just going to leave me and hole up in a internet cafe so you could play it.
Oh no,
Yeah.
it was the beta for Monster Hunter Wilds.
You were so disappointed that you couldn't log on and play that.
It was just
And
a
we
try.
were on our honeymoon.
The thing is though, it's Monster Hunter. They all play the same. As much as I love the games, they're all basically the same. Like, but we did go to the Monster Hunter cafe.
I'd like to point out there's no word of in his defense that he uttered there, so he's just accepted and not.
I will just say, this is the word of defense that you wanted, Isla. I'm so sorry. They don't all play the same. Rise revolutionized the way that Monster Hunter was played, and I think
People would argue that it was Worlds, not Rise.
I know, but Rise was a lot faster, whereas Worlds was a lot bigger. So Worlds built on what came before it, made it bigger. Rise took that formula and made it faster and more accessible to a wider range of people. And what I really hope they do with Wilds is they combine the ideas
I've
behind
I've heard
both.
the opposite, that it's Worlds that is more easier accessible than Rise. That's what I've heard.
I love World. I loved Iceborne. Rise was really good. I hope more of the movement abilities from Rise come into Monster Hunter Wilds, but we're getting ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
But since Monster Hunter Wilds was stolen as my most anticipated, I will move to my next one, which is Elden Ring Night Rain. A roguelike Souls game is interesting to me. So you've got the whole, like, they're combining like Binding of Isaac, Fortnite, and Elden Ring, which sounds insane to me. But like basically the concept of it is 3 of you. So it's a multiplayer game. 3 people will drop down onto a map, and basically every single day, I think it's set over 3 days, the ring will close. And you've got like a smaller area to actually explore. And you've got to fight a boss at the end of every night. And like it's just so different. It's not like, hey, here's this big world that you can go and explore. It's, hey, here's this randomly generated little world that you can go and explore with 3 friends for like an hour and have this unique experience. And it's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, can I ask? Because that sounds dumb as shit. What the fuck
It does.
You can only
really does.
explore a place for an hour. Can you elaborate on that? Because am I picking
You
that
can only
up?
what? Sorry? Explore. Oh, right. So
What the
basically,
fuck are you talking about?
right. Imagine a map. Imagine like an island, for example. Are you familiar with Fortnite at all? Because I'm not really.
No,
but,
I'm
like...
over the age of 30. No.
Okay, fantastic. So let's say 1,000 Cuts from Borderlands 2.
Got it.
That's your favorite map.
Yep,
That is
I
your
got it.
favorite
Yep.
map.
Yep.
Imagine different parts of that were cut out and placed somewhere else, and there were different enemies and different bosses and different loot that you could find in that area.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like, imagine me, you, and Zesty drop into 1,000 Cuts, and we're going to do a mission. Like, there's this thing we need to go and get, this thing we need to go and kill.
Yep.
That's not how it would be. Imagine we drop into 1,000 Cuts. We have no gear. We have like Krieg has his Buzz Axe Rampage. Maya has her Phase Lock to hold enemies up in a bubble.
Mhm.
You've got the skills of your starting class. You do not have gear. You need to go and find gear, kill bosses to get better gear. So at the end, you can go and fight the big boss, and that's the gist of it.
It's a timed game. That's what it is. It's timed under pressure.
It's a timed game.
But then, as Scott
Same.
was going to say, you do that run, you beat the boss, you start it again. The whole map's changed again. Like, things are in different places.
So, right, okay. So everything changed. It's almost like a labyrinth. You're sort of like moving to and the next time you don't know where you're going to be dropped this time or what's going to be in front of you, sort of thing. And is that the fun element of it? Is that what people like about the game?
Absolutely. So that's it's a genre called roguelike, which is basically the same gameplay loop. You jump in, you find loot, you kill bosses, you get stronger, you kill the final boss, and then you start again. But generally, they add things into it. So Binding of Isaac, for example, there's usually 6 stages when you start. And after defeating that final boss, I think it's 10 times or something along those lines, you get an extra stage. And there's more content, and you unlock things as you go along. It's like Walt was talking about Vampire Survivors in the last episode. You unlock more things, you find more things, you become stronger as a character, so you can do more as each run progresses. And it's like building up, watching the big number get bigger kind of thing.
It's also finding those random items and then trying to make builds out of them. You're like, oh wait, this weapon gives me ×2 every time I punch with my left hand. Oh wait, this item means I can only punch with my left hand. I guess I'll do that kind of thing. I was just trying to spitball it like off the top of my head.
No, that's exactly what it is. Like, it's always weird shit like that.
Yeah.
Okay. It's very interesting. I've never really heard of that before. Shocker.
Yeah.
I would love to play Night Rain with you guys. After playing Borderlands with you so much, I think you would, like, you'd hate it to start with, but I think you'd end up enjoying it.
I'm trying to remember if I've played a roguelike on stream to give you an example, but I genuinely can't remember if I have.
The first one that comes to mind is Binding of Isaac.
Yeah,
Second
Binding of
one was
Isaac.
Gungeon. There's There's a bunch. Like a lot of them spawned off of like Isaac and I think it was Rogue Hero.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of that kind of
I
thing.
think Rogue Hero was the one that gave it its name, so it's like a roguelike. Like Another Crab's Treasure is a Souls-like, but that's because of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
lost me there. What? What does crabs have to do with Dark Souls?
Oh my god, Another Crab's Treasure? That should be the 2024 highlight. It is a Souls-like game where you play as a little like Disney crab going around this really cute world, fighting these horrible, nasty creatures that have been corrupted by pollution, basically. You're under the ocean, you are a crab. It's great.
Is this like the cat one where you run around being a cat?
No.
Okay.
So, I mean, in concept, yes. The cat doesn't really fight things, though, right?
Yeah, the cat is just kind of like solving slight puzzles and everything. It's more a narrative thing compared to actual fighting.
Where the cat does puzzles, the crab commits murder.
Yeah, it's basically it's Wukong, but it's Black Myth Wukong, but you're a crab.
Label me intrigued.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
It's Black
I
Myth
would
Wukong.
genuinely recommend watching a video on it because it's an interesting game.
It's Black Myth Wukong, but it's that scene in Moana with the shiny song. That's basically what it is.
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy of it. Except Moana is the tiny little crab.
Bioluminescent algae.
Bioluminescent algae. What
Okay.
movie?
So
Sorry, anyway, that rant went on for about 15 minutes, so there's your rant for the episode.
love it.
But you also want to play Path of Exile, is that right?
Yes, Path of Exile. I'm gonna really simplify this because I just spoke about Night Rain for way too long. Path of Exile. Imagine if Baldur's Gate didn't have a story. It does have a story. Imagine Baldur's Gate didn't have a story, and it was all about finding gear that made your class more powerful.
Oh God, no. Ugh.
It's crunchy as fuck. But the way I'm playing it is I'm just using the recommended stuff because I don't have time for that. I have a job now. Like
I'm employed now, by the way.
I'm employed.
Can
Congratulations.
we just talk about how difficult it is to game and work?
Yeah.
Oh my God, right?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
See when I wasn't working, the amount of games I could play, I didn't play that many because ADHD paralysis.
Sure.
But the amount of games I could have played.
Yeah.
Woo, the possibilities were endless. But now I work and make money and can
Yeah,
Contribute.
8 hours a day
Exactly.
plus eats into your time. Plus, you've got to feed yourself and go to the shops and
I know.
clean the house and do all the other little minute responsibilities. And suddenly, your social time, your downtime, is non-existent. You maybe got half an hour, and you can't get
You
into a
have-
game properly in half an hour.
Oh, you have all the money to buy the games, but none of the time to get into it.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm so glad the early access for Baldur's Gate and then, the release of Baldur's Gate was in and then towards the end of lockdown.
Well, I think maybe that's why people take time off for work because I've heard that that's quite a common occurrence. I think if there was a game I was really like an interview, thank you, Interview with the Vampire came out, the season 2 came out, and I was waiting for that day, and I had planned my full day around me sitting my ass on the couch with a big dirty stuffed crust pizza, all the Pepsi I could drink, all the snack, and just that filled me with such joy. So I can't even imagine if someone was like, you're about to experience the best game of your life, but it drops in a couple months. You're damn right I'd be taking a week off of work to really just immerse myself in that. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough, yeah, fair enough.
And it was when Halo 3 came out, but I was off anyway, and I was like, you know what, it's 9 o'clock, I'm just going to walk down and buy it at 9 o'clock in the morning. Bought it, went back up, and this was when I was still living with my parents. And
It was 2007. I'd hope you'd still be living with your parents.
You were like 6 years old then, surely.
Nope. At that time, I still had my Xbox and everything. I didn't have a flat screen telly or that like I do now. I still had an old CRT television. CRTs, those big ones with a big chunky back and everything. And managed to beat it before my dad came back from work at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. It's like, wait, have you bet that already? I was like, yeah.
Not a good use of money if you beat a game.
Yeah,
I know.
I was
day.
gonna say
I was
that.
about to say that feels like a waste.
But
Yeah.
at that time though, the Halo games, it was the same as Call of Duty. Was you put more time into playing the multiplayer?
Oh,
more than-
everyone logged on and was raving
got you,
about
got you.
multiplayer with their pals and and Red versus Blue and all that other jazz, rather than actually
suppose, yeah.
playing the story on your own.
Oh, well,
The
plus,
story was nice, but the multiplayer was the bulk.
well, actually, the story. Well, the thing is with Halo, it was like the campaign for that. It was quite
The thing with
simplistic.
Halo is every teenage boy's dream to then go home, log on, play Halo with their pals, and just not talk to anyone.
Yeah,
Well, see-
Tell I'm salty.
You see, like, when did Call of Duty come out? When was the first Call of Duty?
There's so many.
The
That
first-
must have been in the 90s, right?
oh, the original, like the World War one. Yeah, no, the 90s.
Right, so it's been from the 90s because I vividly remember boys in my school talking about
2003.
Call of Duty. There
Yeah.
you go. Yeah. Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. But they didn't say Call of Duty, they said COD. You know, like COD. And I, like, hand to God, thought that everybody was talking about a fishing game. I was like, what is this fishing game that everybody's talking about? COD this, COD that. I'm like, this sounds really boring. You didn't know that it was stood for like Call of Duty. I've never been able to get into those ones where you're like just teamed up with randomers. Again, it gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
And again,
They wouldn't be teamed up with randomers. They'd be teamed up with their pals, right?
yeah, but like you know what I mean. Like if I was to go out and buy fucking Call of Duty just now, it would be in with randomers, and then they would shout at me. A, because I'm a woman probably, and B, because I don't know what I'm doing.
We should try that and make it into content.
Well, the thing is, it didn't start getting called COD and everything and exploded. It was like the games were kind of popular, but it didn't kick off till Call of Duty 4, where it was the Modern Warfare one.
Yeah.
That's the one that really kicked off.
And then this brings me to another good point actually, because growing up, I had like a Windows 98 PC in my bedroom, right? And the amount I had a PlayStation 1, I got that when I was 9. So my dad had this old computer, this old Windows 98, and I just remember so vividly getting slagged fuck out of for having a PC. And now, honestly, this is a point of fucking contention with me because I had a fucking console I didn't want to play. So I used the PC. Everyone slagged fuck out me, and now everybody slags fuck out me because I'm like, no, I like my PlayStation. Oh well, you've never built a PC, you got a PC, big PC.
One
And I'm
console,
I'm with you.
Pablo.
I'm with you on this because I didn't have the experience of gaming on a PC, but I've got my console. I know how it works.
Yep.
I want to play it, and I like it. I like having the controller. I don't know what W and G are supposed to do on a fucking
Exactly.
keyboard,
Thank
right?
you.
And I can switch it on. I can
I-
turn it on, and it's fine. And what's more, can I just say, you got me in full rant now. If my PC breaks, I don't lose everything because my PlayStation is still there.
Yeah.
If I was gaming on a PC and it broke, it's all gubbed and it's gone.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like once again I am in the middle of this argument. I feel like Jen and Isla are very much on the console side.
Yes.
Walt is very much on the PC side, and I'm in the middle. I completely understand the convenience of having a console. I understand that it's like this console does what I need it to do. Any game that comes out on it, I know it's going to run.
Yep.
For me, it's the convenience of having the platform that does it all. I am not very good at building computers. Like I was asking Walt for advice the other day on like what graphics card to get before Monster Hunter Wilds comes out. And I think I would rather, like in realistic terms, I'd rather have a console that just did it all. But I know that a computer is the best way to have the most coverage, you know?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm not. It's been directed as though I'm a big PC nerd. I'm not. Like when I'm playing games on my PC, I use a controller. I hate using mouse and keyboard. Like,
Fair enough.
Yes.
it's just what I've grown up with. And like
Yeah.
when I play online, like the whole argument with mouse and keyboard and like controller is when you're playing online games, if you have a mouse, you can aim more precisely and turn more quicker.
But why is there that class superiority based on
It's
I've
that.
got a PC, I'm got a console? Why
That's it.
why
yeah.
do
Yeah,
we get judged?
it's
by
that-
using one
Why
or the other?
is there class superiority at all?
It's just
No. I want Walt to answer this because for some reason
I'm not. Why am I suddenly like the bad guy here? I'm just like I fucking enjoy when my playing consoles. Like most of the games I play are like when I'm streaming, it's off of my console.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's just the whole like that is just what really annoys me. And I'd love to hear like listeners' comments on this because like growing up, I did have a console, but because we had one TV, I've covered this. It's like annoying. So then I played on this old big Windows 98, got slagged, and then when I started streaming, people are like, "What are you playing on?" And I'm like, "Well, my PlayStation." Again, slagged, and it's like,
Gamer girl.
yeah, is
I
it like a
think-
trend? Is it like fashion goes in and
I
out?
think-
and
Yeah.
I
all
think
this
it doesn't
going in and
matter
out?
what you do, you're always going to get judged because we love to judge other people. And it was the same in school. I didn't have the gaming experience, but I got slagged for the music player that I had. And someone
Yes.
said I was conforming to capitalism because my mum got me an iPod for my Christmas.
Yeah.
And it
You
was
didn't
just
get a
like,
creative zen, you're a wee shite bag.
like
Guys,
it's, we love to pass judgment and go, oh,
yeah.
you're using that.
But
You're
there
using that."
there is a thing with hardcore gamers, and I have had conversations with hardcore gamers where they have explained these are the specs and this is a graphics card and this is what this does and blah 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 blah, and this is why it's superior to me, and I have built this, customized this to me and my needs and blah blah blah. So I can understand that, but just from like an amateur point of view, want to hop off my fucking dick if I'm saying I'm on my PlayStation? Thank you very much.
There's also like things like with PC you can mod games and all that and stuff and arguments and stuff. But it also came
Well,
like
we've
it's
got that benefit.
it's mostly came from meme culture as well with PC Master Race. Well, like that's where it's kind of came.
Yeah.
That's where it's kind of came from, like that, and just like you were saying, like you would associate like, oh, like I'm an adult, I bought this PC, I built it myself. Whereas you consider consoles being, oh, it's you buy it for your kid.
I guess it would be nice to get a little bit more of a nuanced view on it, because I know I'm coming at it with a lot of bias just because I was bullied. So like I'm coming at it with a little bit of fucking bias, and I'm totally aware of that.
Don't bully me,
so
I'll scream.
don't bully me.
Guys,
Basically, are Jamie and I in the wrong?
no, nobody's in the wrong. Enjoy video games.
Enjoy what you enjoy.
Yeah.
Let other people enjoy what they enjoy. Unless it's illegal.
It was always an analogy. I remember it was I think when I worked in a bar, I had a whiskey expert came in and he was like, "What's the perfect way to have whiskey?" And everyone was answering, and then the whiskey expert just replied, "It's however you want it." Do you guys want me to go over some of the games we've got coming out in 2025? Then we can. So yeah, like going through the list, we had Monster Hunter Wilds, we have Death Stranding 2. If nobody knew that, it was a Kojima game. It stars Norman Reedus. Assassin's Creed Shadows, which some people like my dad is looking forward to that game. Little Nightmares 3, which is I still haven't played the first two. Marvel 1943, The Rise of Hydra. Metal Gear Solid remake of Snake Eater. There's one game actually that I think, and now that I remembered about it, that Jamie would like to play. So it's like kind of like Minecraft and everything, where you just build your own village and everything, and you like farm and that. But it is called Tales of the Shire. It's you building your own little house and stuff in the Shire.
I've seen that advertised, and it looks like a jammy game, absolutely to the ground.
The 2025 Fable game, because we had Fable 1, 2, and 3, which were very popular. We have another Vampire the Masquerade coming out. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2. We have Borderlands 4. We can skip over that.
No, we cannot. Fuck yeah.
We've already covered it.
Yeah,
Do we think Handsome Jack's coming back? No.
I hope so.
He's not. It's been confirmed. But they might be lying.
Other than that, there was Elden Ring, Night Rain, and Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza.
Speaking of setting up for the future, I have a fun little fact for everyone. So, in Scotland, we call New Year's Eve hogmanay, which you might have heard colloquially thrown around. But it's a thing in Scotland specifically. Do you guys know where this word comes from?
No, actually.
No, it's not like a super known thing. It's like a small Scottish.
Let me think.
No,
I
don't,
can
no,
kind of
don't.
remember it. Don't listen to the clacking.
Whoa, go pee and have me think about it.
No.
Yeah.
Don't, because this is my section.
Go think about it and then.
So don't.
Yeah, I'm just away at the
undercut me,
bathroom,
you
guys. I'm just away at the bathroom, guys.
So, as I said, hogmanay is what we call New Year in Scotland. So in times long past, the members of small hamlets would come together. Small hamlets, towns, in bigger places it'd be streets, that kind of thing. In cities, it would be the kind of areas, and this would be on a wider scale. But they would generally, being a bit poorer, sort of pool all their money together, or pool, as I meant to say. They would pool their money together to put on like a lavish celebration of the new year coming in. So they would often go to markets to buy like meats and fruit and vegetables if they were available. And while the Scottish are known to enjoy a steak pie on New Year's Day these days, back then beef was particularly expensive because it was a favorite cut of the rich, the upper class of society at that time. So the traditional meat of choice was ham. So on New Year's Eve, an elected person who would usually be like a priest or another well-trusted member of the community would go around collecting money to go to market the next day and buy a ham or a hog if it was a bigger community.
Oh
So
my
that
god!
they would go around collecting hog money. So that's
Oh my god! I love that.
That's incredible.
right.
It does
That's-
sound. It rolls off the tongue a bit better than hogmanay. Because it just
Yeah,
sounds.
yeah.
It just sounds.
How many?
It just sounds
So
pish.
generally, like,
Hogmanay.
the name came from the bigger settlements where people would go to buy like a pig or a hog, as it was called in that day. So they would go and buy this whole hog. They would roast it up, like street party style,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And
Put it on
yeah,
the
that's where it came from. So because they would collect the money on New Year's Eve and then have the roast on New Year's Day,
I love this.
it was hog money, therefore hogmanay because of the Scottish accent. So
I love
that's
that.
that's where hogmanay comes from.
I can't believe I've never even questioned that before. That's beautiful.
Oh, you should question it because I lied about the whole thing. None of that was real.
Fuck off, Scott. Are you kidding me?
Whoa!
No.
You
And let's listen, folks. We're going to introduce you to something that we commonly call a Scott lie, which is, as you've just witnessed,
No.
when Scott makes up utter fucking shite
And
and we
I am-
fall for it.
No, I'm normally so good at not falling for it. I'm actually
I thought
so
you were going to preserve the sanctity of this podcast, right? I was worried
The
I was doing too much
sanctity.
censoring.
Do not censor any of that
I
because
actually
it's
have-
hilarious.
I have a better name for it instead of a Scott lie. It's called Scott shite.
Scott shite. So yeah, generally in my friend groups, these are known as Scott facts
Yes,
because
Scott
they're not facts.
They're not.
I will call them Scott lies because she is bitter. But no, none of that was true. I don't know where the name Hogmanay comes from. I don't know what it's about.
I'll show you. I'm going to actually show
Happy New
you.
Year.
Do you want my little Jen fact of the day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm still angry, so the tone is not coming across. Yes, please, Jamie.
So this is the part of the podcast where I suppose earn my keep at the dinner table, where I merge something pop culture / gaming with something to do with Scottish history. So today is obviously the big film of the year, has been Wicked. You've seen it. You've probably not seen it, but you've seen the press for it. It's been memeified. It's been everything. You can't really escape Wicked,
You need to hold space for it.
yeah, we got hold space for it. And basically, obviously, we know Wicked is an adaptation of The Wizard of Oz. It's almost like a prequel. And little known fact about Scottish history here is the man who did the set designs for The Wizard of Oz, he also did set designs for many of the Golden Age Hollywood films like Singing in the Rain, Casablanca, I think was another one, etc. Was born and raised in Edinburgh. And he grew up in Strongate in Edinburgh, which directly looks onto the castle. And he looked through this archway one day and looked at the castle, and that then became, when he was designing the set backdrops for The Wizard of Oz, that became his inspiration for the Emerald City and the Wizard of Oz. So there is a spot in Edinburgh you can go to. If you look at it just right, when the sun's setting at an angle, it kind of glistens a little bit green, and you can see why this was his inspiration for the Emerald City. So there we go.
That's so cool.
And just to confirm, that's 100% true and not a Scott lie.
Yeah, that is 100% true. Yep.
I love that. That's interesting.
It's a very
Scotland-
interesting thing. Yeah.
Scotland is the inspiration for so many beautiful landscapes
Yeah.
in pop culture, and I think that's really fun. I
It's
think that's really
underrated. It's underrated for the inspiration that it puts out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
You know, how many times now is Glasgow being used as a set piece? For
Well, yeah,
films?
Aye, but that's
Batman.
not
Oh,
Glasgow,
right.
Glasgow, because that was going to be Batgirl and it was going to be Gotham.
Yeah, no,
Well,
Batgirl,
Indiana
we had
Jones.
World War Z.
See Indiana Jones, yeah, Batman and the Necropolis. Yeah.
Yeah, Downton Abbey had an episode set in Glasgow.
Shut
That is-
up, Scott.
Yeah, yeah. That
Okay,
back
guys,
in now.
that's going to be the end of episode 2 before Scott makes any more space for his lies. Next episode,
Hold
we're going
space
to
for
be
my
talking.
lies.
Next episode, we're going to be talking about music and the inspiration it has in not just games, but TV shows, movies, and anything else we can think of. So thank you very much.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to comment on PC versus consoles, please, I'm begging you to educate me a little bit to see if I can understand it a bit better. Because right now, I'm salty, bitter.
Same.
Salty jam.
So,
Salty jammy. Salty jammy.
salty jam. Yep.
Thank you guys so much for listening,
Stop
and we
recording.
will see you next time.
Love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.
Ah, there it is.